What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. So tonight I went and watched the Venom: The Last Dance, and I'm gonna go on ahead and get this out the way. I thought the film was okay. From the beginning of the film, we got a little bit of Noel, and we learned that he has been imprisoned by the symbiotes, which is comic book accurate. So they played a little bit of the universe. They decided to give some comic book accuracy, and then obviously we know they took liberties like with the Venom design. We find out that the xenophage, however you pronounce it, they are created by Noel, and they essentially are like, I guess you could make a correlation for them with bounty hunters, but essentially they go and do his bidding, and they need to find the codex, and the codex is only created when Venom or another symbiote, it doesn't have to be just Venom, but when Venom and Eddie had pretty much became one after in the first film, when Eddie got impaled by Riot and he died or whatever, Venom brought him back to life, and in that moment they had synchronized and became one and created the codex. The codex was already created. The codex will end up being known as like a key for Noel, and that key is what freed him from the prison that the symbiotes had put him in, all those years ago. So that's pretty much the plot of the film. Is the xenophage is trying to get a hold of Venom and Eddie to take the codex back to Noel so that Noel can be free from his imprisonment. And I would say how the film is structured, I thought that was pretty okay. It's honestly kind of generic, like run-of-the-mill film, and I do think all of the actors did pretty well. Let's see who we got in the cast. As we know, we have Tom Hardy, he's Eddie Brock. Juno Temple, she plays Dr. Teddy Payne. Peggy Lou, Miss Chen, love her. And then we have Rise was Martin Moon. He was actually a pretty good character for what they gave him. Not no really big standout, but I wasn't thrown away by anything that he was doing. I thought it was pretty okay. And then we got Chiwetel Ejiofor, and he plays Rex Strickland, and I really enjoyed his character. I also liked him as Mordo in the Doctor Strange films, but overall the cast wasn't an issue. I think the actors did a pretty good job of what they had to go with. My biggest problem with the film is the writing. I'm sorry. Now, I'm not one of those guys that is like big, heavy, like, everything gotta be perfect, everything gotta align. But it just has to make sense within the context of the universe that you created. And when you have a situation where we get the one xenophage, or however you pronounce it, the monster, I should say, the bounty hunter, that shows up on Earth and is looking for Eddie and Brock and so on and so forth. When we get this monster that shows up, pretty much for the entirety of the movie that the monster is in the movie, and the movie is only an hour and 50 minutes long. So I would say within the first, 20 minutes of the film, maybe half hour, if that, we don't have the xenophage in it. But for the rest of the movie, it's in there for a good old hour, hour some change. It's in the movie, and for the entire time, it is killing everything. Whenever it got killed, came right back, unkillable, like unstoppable. There's no type of, hey, let's explain to the watchers that this is how you kill this creature. Nothing. At least I missed it, if there was one. Y'all can jump in the comment section below, let me know if there was one at all. But to me, completely missed that part. And basically it's unkillable machine killing everything. But then we have At the very end of the film, when we get into the climax of the battle and you see all of the different symbiotes, and I don't know all of the different symbiotes by name and so on and so forth, but I did enjoy just seeing them out there, seeing the little bit of differences. I wish that this universe was way more established. If they knew they were doing a trilogy, which I don't know, obviously I'm not behind the scenes with them, but if they knew they were going to do a trilogy, this stuff should have been done way better. But going back to my point, you have the one that's pretty much unkillable. Everybody's jumping it. You have this Venom. I keep calling him Venom. This symbiote is attacking it. This symbiote comes to assist, aid. It kills one, kills another. Humans left and right is shooting it with bullets and rockets and all this and that. They're pretty much just jumping the hell out of it and unstoppable. I mean, they have a built-in like sonic wave thing, you know, for sound, because the symbiotes, they have a weakness to sound. So pretty much any loud noises, anything like that, is going to disrupt them. And they have like a built-in, it's built into their makeup to shoot out some sound wave pretty much that detaches the symbiote with the host or the human and leaves the symbiote more vulnerable, you know what I mean, to obviously be eaten or attacked. And that's exactly what it did. Pretty much a majority of the symbiotes that was fighting and assisting Venom and Eddie were getting away. And you have the other symbiotes, they're all dying. The Xenophage is you know, it survived. Calls for the others to show up to assist it. Now you have about what, 5 to 6 or so of them now. So it was just one this entire time was destroying everybody left and right. I mean, there's nothing that pretty much anyone could do. And the way that they chose to end it was just so unfortunate. And like I said, I just blame the writing. And you know, they could try to argue that it was some type of some type of executive, you know, producer or somebody that was breathing down their neck to get this, you know, film done. And, you know, they had to cut a lot of stuff. I don't know what happened, but it just makes no sense that it's pretty much not explained in the film how to kill them. And then you have Venom do this last ditch effort to, you know, save everybody. And it was just as simple as him attaching himself to them. So it's a group of them. They all go to dive on Venom. Venom spreads out his, you know, the symbiote, and attaches himself to all of them. And I was just speechless. I was lost. So like none of them had an idea to use the sound wave ability that they have to get Venom off of it. We just got done seeing, you know, the one eating multiple different symbiotes. So that part of their ability, you know, I guess just disappeared. Like, I don't get it. I don't I don't get it, man. I don't get it. It just doesn't make sense to me. And again, I don't want to be whiny. I don't want to come off as like, you know, because you're going to have people that's always going to try to find a problem in someone else's problem. And it just made no sense to me. So like none of the other symbiotes had the idea or had the ability to attach themselves to those creatures. Like, come on. Like, you mean to tell me this entire time it was that simple? So when we first run into it on the plane, we know, because I ain't gonna lie to you, them motherfuckers had bounce. I mean, It was like just one leap. Because whenever the Codex, showed itself, and that only happens when Venom took over instead of Eddie. So when Venom came up, the Codex would show up and it'd be like a little beacon, basically. And immediately they'll lock onto it. It don't matter where they're at. I mean, they could be miles, hundreds and hundreds of miles away, thousands of miles away. Literally a lock clean on it, and then straight to that. That first, the bounce from it, I mean, just straight all the way up in the air on the plane. I'm like, damn. I tell my wife, like, man, shoot, I wish I had hops like that. You know what I mean? Come over the top of it. Yeah. But anyway, so, that first encounter, Venom could have pretty much defeated, because essentially, I guess they took Venom's weakness. I don't know. Once it attached to them, I guess they, became more vulnerable. I guess I don't know how I still don't understand. And please, someone in the comment section, if you understood it, help me understand how Venom attaching himself to creatures who are stronger than him. This is multiple creatures, by the way. This isn't just one. It's multiple creatures that are stronger than him individually. They're stronger than him. Did it make them more vulnerable or something? I don't understand that. Like, because all it was just acid. Acid, and then you got Strickland. He blew himself up. So acid and then Strickland blew himself up. That's what ended it. Quote unquote. I don't get that. Like, the film, it's like, okay, so the film is generic in a way throughout the entire film. Like, it's just like run of the mill, cookie cutter, which isn't bad. I don't mind stuff like that. It's not a deal breaker, And then you have the inconsistencies throughout the film. And my biggest problem is with the villains of the film and just the whole action portion of it. And then another problem I had was just the fact that why do we got Noel? Why is Noel mentioned? Like, why in the third film do they decide to mention Noel? Or I won't say mention. I would say, why do we see him now? Why is he now a big threat? That should have been established in the first film. We should have seen Noel, post-credit scene, something to show us that Noel was, like a threat, some huge threat or something like that. Why do we have Noel? Why is Toxin not the villain of this film? Like, I thought that was a setup that they were doing for the Let There Be Carnage movie. It's Carnage ties to Toxin, Like, that would have been a perfect setup. You had the Venom movie, gives you a little hint of Carnage, Let There Be Carnage. I thought we had like a little hint of Toxin. I just don't understand the thought process that was made. It's also a bitter taste because this reminds me of my feeling for what was that movie? Thor Love and Thunder. Thor Love and Thunder, yeah. It's my, with the Gore the God Butcher. I had a problem with this late entry for Gore the God Butcher. Now, thank God that they did not kill Noel. Thank God he wasn't actually fighting in the film, and they gave us some bogus way to kill him. So I'm thankful for that. Thank you. Because with the whole Gore thing, I was just like, ain't no way. There's not these guys, we have to start respecting the villains. There's level rankings, in my opinion, for these villains. Some villains are one movie villains. Other villains that clearly have storylines and things like that that is built upon on, you need to build up to this villain, and then hell, at least give them one movie. Like, the reason why Infinity War did so well, in my opinion, was because Thanos won in the first movie, in Infinity War, and then lost in Endgame. You see what I'm saying? We need to have more of that, guys. We don't need to have. We have so many movies where the heroes somehow get a W, somehow, some cheap way get a victory. Like, guys, like, a lot of the time, the villain is what makes the hero, and the hero is what makes the villain. It goes hand in hand. So continuously having the villain just lose and lose over and over again, or get thwarted over and over again, or something, it's like, it gets tiring. Like, I really want to see, the villains start to get a little bit more like love. Like, come on. So again, thankful that Noah did not get killed. The post-credit scene, or the mid-credit scene with him, I didn't understand that part. I guess he's on his way. I guess he got the codex. I don't know. I don't understand what happened. Was one of the creatures able to get this, the codex and teleport back? I don't know what they decided to go with. It looks like the actual post-credit scene, it looked like it was Venom on a roach, attached to a roach. Like, so did Venom survive? Like, guys, like, y'all are spending all this money on these films. Y'all are putting all this time and effort into these films. Please care more about the writing, care more about the execution, care more about sticking the landing. We have too many films that have a strong first act, have a decent second act, and then fall apart in the third act. Like, guys, I would rather see a uphill than see a up then down. Like, the first act, we're building it up. We understand. If you execute that third act, man, y'all will see how much more praise and stuff like that these films will be getting. Much more love, much more attention, much more people putting their money towards it. If y'all focus more on the third act, obviously the whole film got to be, good. But if you get that third act like chef's kiss, you know what I'm saying? A lot of the problems and things like that, and the criticisms would damn near cease to exist. Let me see. They have look like a 36%. Let me see if I'm reading that right. They have like a 36% on Rotten Tomatoes. They had a 6.2 out of 10 on IMDb. I'm going to give the film a 6.5 out of 10. I do not hate the film, but I'm just disappointed with the film. The bulk of it, again, I thought was fine. I wasn't blown away. But that ending and everything with that, it hurt. I don't know how to explain it really. Like, I think I am explaining it just how I feel. Like, I just like, come on, man. I enjoyed the first movie. I thought the second movie was unfortunately a little bit forgettable. This one, it was doing pretty well. I liked the scene where they were all fighting in the water and Eddie killed the agents. Venom, they captured Venom initially, but then Venom, attached itself to a fish, and then I think attached itself to a frog. So I enjoyed that. The film was okay, I would say overall. I thought that the symbiotes fighting the creature was pretty good. Tom Hardy, love Tom Hardy. Hope to meet him one day, actually. Phenomenal actor. Thought he did a really, really great job. I don't blame the cast. I don't blame the cast at all. Because I think this was a good cast. It's 100% on the writing. You just, they got to go what they got, what you got. And I just completely don't get it. I don't understand what happened. What happened in the ending, I don't understand. I don't, like, y'all trying to just end the movie. That's what it felt like. It just felt rushed. It felt like, hey, we gotta get this shit over with. We got deadlines and we gotta get this over with. Like, give yourself time. Like, I don't know how the whole structure work with making films and making TV shows, stuff like that. I haven't, made it to that part of my life yet. And I haven't jumped into that career path yet. I'm going to. But give yourselves time, man. For real. Give yourselves time to actually put together a great package, a great product, and then push it out to the masses. Give yourself breathing room, guys. Like, come on. And maybe I'm just tripping. I don't know. Maybe I missed it. Maybe they said it. Maybe this whole entire video that I just made, they were like, dude, they fucking said it in this part of the film. Like, oh shit, man, my bad. Whatever was stated, it clearly missed me. But I don't think it was ever stated. I don't think they ever said how to kill it. I don't think that was ever like in a part of the dialogue at all, actually, on how to kill one, let alone a group of them. And then you're telling me, a group of symbiotes fighting one, no one thought to attach themselves, and like, I don't know, man. But yeah, hey, so quick update real quick. I am getting back into YouTube. I had to take a pause for a second. I've started a new career path for myself. I'm trying to develop and build myself up, and I do need to take YouTube a lot more seriously. So I am getting back into it. I got to finish out Rings of Power, Agatha All Along. I will start watching and making videos for the Penguin. I do need to the movies that I missed so far. I got to do the Joker and Transformers and stuff. So be expecting those videos pretty soon. Back in full force. And thank you for sticking around. All the new subscribers that I've gotten while I have been on this little hiatus or whatever, thank y'all for one, finding my videos, actually clicking on the videos, and then subscribing to my channel. For all the subscribers I do have, all 77 of y'all, thank y'all for all the support. Please give me feedback. Please share the videos, help me spread this out. If y'all like my content, I know that there will be other people that also would like the content. Help me develop. I'm trying to develop, and I'm trying to grow my channel and build. So please help me. What I could do in my editing, or what can I do to enhance, or whatever the case may be. I'm working with what I got. I ain't got a whole bunch of money and all this and that, and I'm just trying to do it. I know consistency is the #1 thing, so I will be getting on myself more to produce more and push out more videos for y'all to enjoy. Thank y'all for watching. If y'all have stayed for this full entire time, thank you for watching. Go on ahead and like, comment, share, and subscribe to the video. Thank you.